effect? How come we will have any kinds of forces with which we can oppose, resist the will to receive that the Creator created in us? He created it, so of course this force controls us. However, here, because of the shattering of the vessels, because of the preparation that has been done in us in advance, in our nature, by the fact that we come and study and perform all kinds of mechanical actions, by that we awaken the reforming light, and suddenly we start to understand, to feel that we can demand a force of bestowal from the Creator, to demand of Him that He will give us some force of connection, even. And this is how we advance. That is, we have a very great preparation from the shattering of the vessels, so that in each one there are sparks, and we need to awaken them. So, if we will awaken them, everything will be okay. So how do we awaken them? By 10 egoists joining in a group. Well, if there are no 10, then as many as you have. And this also it applies to the group of men or the group of women. It doesn't matter. They're all egoists. We don't have anyone else here. It's just that the style of the ego is different. And each one in the group tries to put the group together, that is, to give the group a form of a group. It should be connected, in spite of the ego, in spite of the hatred that is between them. And one who is greater than his friend, his inclination is greater. So if we see people that it's very difficult for them, that matter of connection, they're incapable for years and years. That is, here 10 or 15 years is nothing on this level. It is very long in terms of time. Why? As we know about the level of the still, that the time of the development, let's say in our world, when the universe develops, it's 10 and even more billions of years until the still becomes organized into some kind of matter, even the still matter that is already organized in atoms, and then the atoms connect into a more complex form. Later on, when it comes to the level of the vegetative, when it can already demand something, even though it doesn't know from whom, however, to develop some desire out of itself, like the vegetative, like a plant that wants to drink water, to breathe air, even in the form of the vegetative, it also takes a lot of time. So we just have to realize that everything comes from the still, and in a group, when we exist and we want to establish a connection between us, that truly with all of our force, as much as we do, as much as we try, and also we have to tolerate people who don't quite understand yet and they don't really want to connect. However, nevertheless, there is in them a force, a desire for the goal. However, they don't yet have the willpower for connection. We have to understand them. That's actually them. These are the people from the group who will advance even higher, since the great will to receive is already operating in them, even on the still level. This is why the group has to tolerate it. The group has to take into account such people and draw them also and help them and support them. Later on, in the future gradual advancement, suddenly we will see how much these people start more and more to advance, to understand better, to feel more, because in them the evil inclination is greater, it is higher, and therefore we say about them that they have a high soul. That is, it's in terms of the future, that they will have a possibility to discover more. And we need to support each other this way. Why am I elaborating about people who are finding it difficult to do the work in the group? We have to help them. Later on, they will help us. And this way, each shall help his friend.